happening then?
Yeah, you're on.
Hooray! I'm here. Don't worry, I won't wear this the whole show. I think it's safe to assume you guys are more than 6 feet away from me, but I just thought I'd wear it to make a point. Because there's still some people out there that aren't wearing masks. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't take away your freedom to wear a mask. It proves that you actually care about humanity. So you can tell people that when you see them not wearing masks around you. Because that's pretty much what it means. It means they care more about their quote-unquote freedom than they do about your life. So yeah, that's my cranky pants word for the day. Welcome to the Twitch. Thank you guys for showing up. It is, as you can see, a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. You know, I think that's kind of part of the theme of today. Where's my drink? There we go. It's just soda. I don't dare mix anything right now. I'm doing pretty well to catch you up. I'm slowly pulling off. I'll tell you one thing. I will tell you one thing. Oxycodone. It is fantastic for what it does, which is control pain and relax your body so that you can get through some trauma and heal. It's great. However, once it gets its little paws into you, it doesn't want to give up very easily. So my sympathy and compassion to all of those out there that are fighting that addiction, because I now personally understand what it does to you when you dial it back. I'll tell you, it's a stink pot. I have the shakes, I get memory failure, which is kind of an excuse for the show, and I drop shit. Oh, I said it. That's the first time. See? It's the drugs. It's not me talking. That is the first time I have ever sworn on stage. You have it right there on film. Now it's all over the place. I'm sorry, children. That was my bad. There again, drugs are a bad thing, okay? There's your proof. Because I have never sworn on stage in the 30 years of professional performance that I've had, except for today, just now. Anyway. Yeah. Not fun stuff. Not fun stuff. So be careful. If you have to take it, take it. But as you dial it back, have a little understanding and a little compassion. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. So yeah, here I am. And yeah, this beautiful, gorgeous day. And the theme of today is illusion. Because I've noticed. What?
No, I was making sure I could see your guitar.
Oh, okay. Sansy's running she's running crew, and
I am the crew.
She is the crew. That's it. She's the prettiest crew I have ever had, I think. But yeah, so today's about illusion.
I think we have to lower you a little because we can't see your guitar.
You have to lower me.
Oh my God! Either that or I can pull it back, baby. Maybe I can just pull it back. What do you think?
No, because then I can't read things.
Oh my gosh, then it's too far away.
So
okay, sorry guys, let's go. We're just gonna let. How's it? All right, right about there.
Right there.
Yeah. Are you sure? Okay.
That's up to you.
I think it's good. Okay. Sorry guys. Nice little trip.
Nah, she's not sorry. She'll do it again. You watch. Next show, she'll do it again. All right. So illusion, like I said, you can have the worst, most miserable day in the world as you think it is. And in truth, if you look around carefully, you'll realize that's an illusion. Because it's actually usually, for me personally, I have always noticed it's been the most phenomenally beautiful day in nature than in comparison to my miserable human day. So that's kind of what this theme is about today. Though I've had a request, which I'm going to put on at the end because, well, might need to cheer you up anyway. So we'll start out with an illusionary song. It's about the Fae, and it's about those times where you drive all night long in the fog, and you finally get to a point where you need to pull over, and you pull into some little pub, and it's charming and it's warm, and there's a dim light going on, and lots of good people to talk to, good warm food, comforting comforting food and a good stout beer, and things just seem almost too good to be true. And maybe they are. Come ye in of your own free will, sit you down and have a drink. Ease your pain as the night grows still, in a warm chair you can sink. Hang your coat, doff your cap, strike the road dust from your shoes. Draw an ale from the wooden tap. It's the best of all our brews. Turn your head and cover your shoulder. Tell me now, what do you see? Buildings a man in a nameless town, or enchantment of the gentry. Our food and you drank our wine, now it's time to have a song. You can leave while you have the time, you can sing along. Tell us a tale, sing us a tune, dance with the girl in green. Tell us who you are and what you've done, and the mysteries you've seen. Turn your head, look over your shoulder. Tell me now, what do you see? Buildings a man in a nameless town, or enchantment of the gentry. The stories told and the music played go on through endless time. Some are dark, some are gay and free for modern rhyme. Lilt and lyric weave a cloth as soft as a velvet gown that wraps you as a flamed moth. While you slowly settle down, turn your head to cover your shoulder. Tell me now, what do you see? Buildings a man in a nameless town, or enchantment of the gentry. As you start to doze, as your head back slowly slips, the finest wine will around you bind as it tingles on your lips. The dawn will glow, the cock will crow, but you'll never hear that call. 'Tis the finest inn to which you e'er have been, so you may not leave it all. Turn your head to cover your shoulder. Tell me now, what do you see? Buildings a man in a nameless town. Tell me now, what do you see? Buildings a man in a nameless town, or enchantment of the gentry. I have not done that for a while. Oh, she's coming back over. See, I told you she'd do it again. I told you she was going to.
Well, Kathy had a good point. She can't see your chords.
She can't see my chords. Well, I must see my chords. What, you want to see what I'm missing here, huh? See when I make it wrong. Oh, boy, I'll tell you, it's these drugs are not fun. They are not fun. It's really hard to play and keep your mind straight when your pain meds are sitting there going, doo-doo-doo, it's okay, no, really, you don't need to do that. What were you doing again? Yeah. Oh, look at the pretty colors. Yeah. Yeah, and if the time frame is wrong and I I get to the wrong place in the movement of the meds and where they affect me, I try to stay away from that zone when I do a twitch, but it doesn't always happen. Yep, she's still fussing. All right, well, you just keep fussing.
Okay, I can see the comments here on the camera. I'm just gonna watch you guys. Lower, lower, lower. I don't think you can go lower, guys.
Maybe then you do have to back it up a little bit.
There? What about there, guys? How's that? And it's not glary anymore, I don't think.
It's not glary, but that's good. We've got,
okay.
Yeah, this.
Oh my God, we got this thing, this ball of light, guys. It's called sun.
It happens
in the Northwest sometimes.
We all run in
and then on a day.
We don't know what to do with it. It's like,
Okay.
There is not enough sunblock in the world to protect a Northwesterner, I'll tell you.
We are a pale people. Overall better?
Overall better?
You know, that's about as... Because you still got to read... that's good.
It's not the Jimmy Fallon show. We're not that good yet. We're getting there. All right. So, what was I doing? Oh, performing, yeah.
We can see.
Another illusory song. You were standing in the lamp. I get it wrong. You were standing in the lamp of the rain. This is terrible. I can't remember the note. See, I told you, don't take oxycodone. Thank you. I knew I'd find the right note if I went through every single one of them in my head. You were standing in the lamplight of the rain-wet street below. You were searching for a soft sight, so you stopped to say hello. With a wry grin and a sly look, oh, you took her in your dreams. But she read you like an old book, 'cause she isn't what she seems. Dancing with Fortune's daughter, circling high across the water, racing from the sunrise, wishing for a reprise when she'll roll your bones again. Fortune's daughter. You were ready for some fast sport as you stood there in the lane, with your skin tight and your breath short, but your hopes were all in vain. With your blood up and your guard down, oh, she brought you to your knees. She said softly with a sad frown, you have met your destiny. Dancing with Fortune's daughter, circling high across the water, racing from the sunrise, wishing for a reprise when she'll roll your bones again. Fortune's daughter. With a loud crack and a bright flash, oh, she rolled a set of dice. When they landed with a small splash, well, your soul was frozen ice. Now you wander like a stray dog, always hunting for a bone. And you whimper in the cold fog as you search for Fortune's crown. Dancing with Fortune's daughter, circling high across the water, racing from the sunrise, wishing for a reprise when she'll roll your bones again. Fortune's daughter. Dancing with Fortune's daughter, circling high across the water, racing from the sunrise, wishing for a reprise when she'll roll your bones again. Fortune's daughter. I love all the little breeze. All right. Need something to drink.
Did you need your playlist, or have you got it?
I think the next song is The Wild Hunt, is it not? Yeah, it's another illusion. they tell you it's a hunt, that you're going on, but you're not. What they don't tell you is you're actually the prey. Ride with the wind through the fields and the trees or the hills with your kin till you can't feel your knees. On a steed that won't hear, though you wail and you cry, your legs will not steer, you never will die. Come and ride, mystified by our powers. Come and ride, soul denied, you are ours. Come and ride. Come join the hunt for the fox running fast. We will ride in the front, you will take up the last. Through the night and the cold, through the mist without rest, 'cause by magic of old you will never be blessed. Come and ride, mystified by our powers. Come and ride, soul denied, you are ours. Come and ride. You'll be aching with grief for the light of the day, for your lack of belief. It's the price that you pay. You've forgotten our ways, refuse to hold true. 'Tis the ending of days, 'tis the ending of you. Come and ride, mystified by our powers. Come and ride, soul denied, you are ours. Come and ride. Come and ride, mystified by our powers. Come and ride, soul denied, you are ours. Come and ride. Come and ride, 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 come and ride. I like the big scary machines that started taking off and running down the road behind me there. That was almost planned. What's on the set list? Midsummer, I thought so.
And it looks like it's in C?
Yep, it's in C minor. Now, I will admit, I have been practicing all week to try and work with the meds and music at the same time, because that's how it happens. If you practice in a certain state of mind, then that tends to become the way you play. But I don't normally stay tanked on drugs, so practicing for a week wasn't long enough apparently. But I'm going to go ahead and do a show anyway, just because I love you guys, and you guys love me, and I know you forgive me for quite a bit of sin that I do. But I have not done a lot of these songs for a long time, and it occurred to me that I just, during this COVID season where I'm not doing anything, I want to get off my bum and start practicing and revitalize some of these songs from old. So a lot of these songs are songs that haven't been sung by me since I came here. So that's kind of the fun part about today. As I said, illusion. For the longest time, I thought I was someone else. All right. So this is a little, speaking of illusion, one of the finest illusionists we have has a whole play written to regale his his naughtiness and mischief. Of course, I'm speaking of Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night's Dream. And this is Puck's little favorite song. Cool breeze, sheltering trees deep within a glen. All around, sound on the ground. Footsteps fall of little men. Now look wise in my eyes. Tell me what you see. Too late, by fate, you belong to me. laughed a bit, words have gone too far. Now it's true that I'll turn you straight into the ass you are. By what right on this night do I make my claim? Mortal fool, know you that Puck is my name. Fairies dance in a frenzied ring, elves play pipes and the goblins sing. Robin Goodfellow will take his queen once upon a midsummer's night's dream. Love's fair, potion rare, held within my hand, and with this thing I can bring chaos into fairyland. A warm drop from the top, and we all will see as it cools what fools these mortals can be. Fairies dance in a frenzied ring, elves play pipes and the goblins sing. Robin Goodfellow will take his queen once upon a midsummer's night's dream. Fairies dance in a frenzied ring, elves play pipes and the goblins sing. Robin Goodfellow will take his queen once upon a midsummer's night's dream. Oh my. Whew. Ah, look at the pretty fairies. Hand me some more of that oxycodone, will you? No, said Pooh. That would not be a good plan. Yeah, I'm mixing stories all over the place, aren't I? Ah, well, this is a rarity, I guess. You guys get to see me at my not-so-finest form. What's Alexander look like when he's not quite home? Well, now you know. What's next?
Up in the loft.
Oh my goodness. Yes, speaking of not quite in my right mind, it just gets more. Let's see. Up the breakfast. Why can't I even remember how a note starts? Is it E minor or C minor? Huh?
It says E minor.
It says E minor?
Yeah, buddy. Let me make sure. Yeah, up in the loft, E minor.
I think so. I'll tell you, when you've had to change chords and keys as many times as I have to accommodate a voice that you didn't know you had, you get confused. Up the back, that's not right either. I keep wanting to go higher.
Someone suggested a fifth down.
Up the back, that is not right. It's got to be C minor, and I didn't write it. I'm sure of it. I'm gonna find out. Because that's just not right. That feels better. Up the backless staircase to the dark ahead. This is the loft of my place with memories long dead. Ah, but yes, yesterday I heard it with its haunting, mournful cry. I don't know how I word it, but I look it in the eye. Something's up, you know, it's in A minor.
Well,
I think.
Okay, hold on. Ichabod Crane is written in E minor, or done in E minor, but maybe you got confused?
Ichabod is in A.
Okay.
I know that. Yes, it was an A minor. Who was out there and said take it up a fifth? You were right. Up the backless staircase to the dark ahead. This is the loft of my place with memories long dead. Ah, but yesterday I heard it with its haunting, mournful cry. I don't know how I word it, but I look it in the eye. Something's up in the loft, better shake it down. Cobweb trim on a corseted gown, mirrors reflecting an alien face, daggers dissecting and leaving no trace. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. A brown and binded ledger with a spider squished inside. I trimmed it with the edge, but the stain I couldn't hide. I glanced upon its pages, my heart had filled with dread. Thou art doomed throughout the ages, was all the damn word said. Something's up in the loft, better shake it down. Cobweb trim on a corseted gown, mirrors reflecting an alien face, daggers dissecting and leaving no trace. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. Shadows dancing on the wall, footsteps sounding down the hall. The candle is short, but the flame burns tall. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. Dusted off the steamer trunk, I broke the frozen latch. I opened to some slimy gunk with an egg about to hatch. The room filled with a thin glow, the eggs began to sway. So I threw it out the window and watched it fly away. Something's up in the loft, better shake it down. Cobweb trim on a corseted gown, mirrors reflecting an alien face, daggers dissecting and leaving no trace. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. There's no game in the mind when the players are blind. Something's up in the loft. Something's up in the loft. And I have no idea what the heck it is. I am buggier than a bug nut today. Nothing I can do about it. I promised a Twitch, and by darn, I'm gonna do it. What's next on the set list? Oh, maybe this one I can play. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, like I said, this is a this is the real thing. This is the real thing. You never know what's going to happen, and I never know what I'm going to be thinking next minute from now. I swear it's nothing but soda water. Honest, it is. Oh. I will be so glad when I'm off these drugs. I'm almost there. I actually went up and down the stairs here twice. No crutches, no cane, and actually wasn't even using my hands on the rail, just using my legs, just being very careful. So I'm getting really close to being able to move around. And I walked through the main house there to get something that we'd forgotten at the end, and I was so smooth, just walking through the house really smooth and quiet and quick, and no rattling, no crunching on my kneecaps. And I'm like, is this what it's like to walk like a real person? It was really kind of fun. So, alrighty. I just threw this one in because, well, I wanted to see if I could play for a full hour. Oh, and that's the other thing. Yeah, the reason I'm doing all this for you guys is, one, to give you something to do on an afternoon if you're stuck and you're not being able to do what you normally do. You've got something to keep your mind off your troubles. And the other thing is that, like other musicians around, I've had some serious cancellations. And I've already, by the end of this month, I will have lost about a third of my year's income in cancellations. So I'm doing these Twitches once a week. And if you want to help me pay my bills and keep things going, you can tip me at my PayPal. It's paypal.me/Alexander James Adams. That's my tip pot. You can put money in that anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. And I've got a Patreon. And if you get on that, that's fun. I usually come out with some creation once a month. The past 2 creations have not been musical because I couldn't sit in the studio long enough, because I've, along with the surgery on the knees, I got sciatica. I think my hip rolled out in the middle of the surgery, and it's been pinching the nerve, and I can't sit down for very long. That's another reason why I'm on some drugs right now, is to kind of make it so that I can actually sit here in front of this camera and talk to you guys. But yeah, so I need to get that taken care of, but I've not been able to sit in the studio long enough. So Sancy and I, in order to cheer up poor Betsy, who was she's our hostess and basically our rescuer. She let us.
Hostess and a really good.
Yeah, hostess and a really good friend. She let us live here with her until we figure out what's going to go on with our lives, and get up on our own 2 feet. So she was down in the lower half of the house being sick with what she hoped was not COVID, which turned out it was not. But she didn't want to give it to the rest of us. So she was hiding in quarantine on her own downstairs, and we felt sorry for her. So we started sitting at the top of the stairs on the balcony there and giving her puppet shows to cheer her up.
So, nice socks, your socks. They were nice socks.
Yeah, they were a pair of socks. They started out being a little pair of socks with monsters on them, and they turned out that they were actually little monsters, and they like their own selves, and they don't want to be socks ever again. So they're now officially their own creatures. Reft and light, because they don't know which foot they're really supposed to have been on. And so there you go. So there's a couple puppet shows on there. There's videos, there's songs, there's music. It dates way back 2 or 3 years now. And if you want to become a Patreon and do that once a month, that's pretty cool. And I promise I'm going to try as soon as I can to get back in that studio and start being able to sit down long enough to make some music. But until then, we might have some more puppet shows. I don't know. Until then, I can at least do these Twitch shows for you. And you probably heard me do this one a couple times, because my dad thought I was under the illusion of being a Celtic child and running around, singing Rule Britannia, and which actually a Celt I don't think would do politically. But my mother was born in Britain. In Charing Cross Hospital in London. And my grandmother was born outside the sound of Bow Bells, which made her Cockney. But long ago she dropped her Cockney accent to join the theatre, and she put on the Londonderry airs, as it were. And so she raised me. And yeah, I was singing Rule Britannia, and told everybody that when we did My Country 'Tis of Thee that they had the wrong song. That's not how the words went. And so yeah, I was running around being way too UK for the room, and my dad thought that I was under the illusion of that, and used to scold me and tell me, "You were born in America, you're American." So in order to appease him, I decided I'd pick one of my favorite Americana folk tales and fairy tales to write a song about, and of course that would be Sleepy Hollow, and Ichabod Crane. Walking through the town in a fancy learned way, talk is going round and now we're betting you don't stay. The horseman's out for glory and your head you cannot keep if you don't believe the stories when the hollow is asleep. Such a tasty morsel, but you cannot have her yet. Don't act in haste, of course, because she's someone else's pet. Teacher, I beseech you now to try to keep your head. Don't tumble with and tassel in a fluffy feather bed. The girl's mine. Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? The horseman rides a stallion that's as black as winter's night, courses through the valley in attempt to give us fright. If you think a minute strolling, better think upon it twice. Your head'll go a-rolling just as smooth as loaded dice. Ooh, snake eyes. Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? Now don't you be forgetting that they say he cannot fail. Not a soul who's met him and has lived to tell the tale. He'll decapitate you quick and dead and never show remorse. He'll gather up your severed head and feed it to his horse. That's real brain food. Oh, Wilbur! Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? So if you're out at evening and you see a head of flame, too late to stop believing you have just yourself to blame. Your safety lies within a chance that only happens when you hastily cross the covered bridge and not return again. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. A bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod, Ichabod, Ichabod Crane? Ichabod, 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 Ichabod Crane. God, Crane. I think I actually just heard a frog or something out there.
I'm seeing all little butterflies and stuff flying all around you. And the crows go off.
Oh my. What time are we at right now?
You've been in almost 41 minutes. The time now is 5:44.
Wow, I am actually kind of feeling this a little, but that's okay. I'm still good. I'm good. Don't give up on me.
Don't give up on me.
Ooh.
You got Yo Ho next.
Yeah. Talk about that. This is another one I haven't done for a long time, trying to figure out what key to get it in. And
shall I tell you?
Oh, no, I got it. It's in C minor now, right? Yep. Yeah, I had to figure out how to get this one, what key to get it onto, because eventually I got to play a part in it on the fiddle, and I want to make sure it was in a decent key for a fiddle, and was still in a decent key for my voice. So, yep, this is for all the pirates out there. Talk about deception. Here you are, just minding your own business, sitting at the dockside lining for fish, with all idle time that a man could wish. The world goes black with a crack on the head, weak with an ache and a belly unfed. Take a look around and you wish you were dead, 'cause you're working on a slaver, singing yo-ho, crack your back in two as you pull the oar of the galleon. Yo-ho, crack your back in two as you roll your soul away. Wait in the morning for the day to end, working on a slaver, and the touch of the whip is your only friend, working on a slaver. Work you hard and they'll work you fast. When you get enough courage to talk at last, then they'll wrap your entrails around the mainmast. When you're working on a slaver, singing yo-ho, crack your back in two as you pull the oar of the galleon. Yo-ho, crack your back in two as you roll your soul away. Well, the food they serve ends up at your feet, working on a slaver. If you eat ship rats, then you get more meat, working on a slaver. You raise the oar at the captain's call, and no one claims that it hurts them at all, 'cause it's nothing when compared to a good keel haul. When you're working on a slaver, singing yo-ho, crack your back in two as you pull the oar of the galleon. Yo-ho, crack your back in two as you roll your soul away. What do you do with a broken sailor? What do you do with a broken sailor? What do you do with a broken sailor? Lie in the morning, way, hey, and up he rises away, hey, and up he rises away, hey, up he rises and lie in the morning. Throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor, throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor, throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor, lie in the morning, way, hey, and up he rises away, hey, and up he rises away, hey, up he rises and lie in the morning. Feed him to the sharks till the bones is floating, feed him to the sharks till the bones is floating, feed him to the sharks till the bones is floating, lie in the morning, way, hey, and up he rises away, hey, and up he rises away, hey, up he rises and lie in the morning. Hanging from the mast is a jolly Roger, hanging from the mast is a jolly Roger, hanging from the mast is a jolly Roger, lie in the morning, way, hey, and up he rises away, hey, and up he rises away, hey, up he rises and lie in the morning. What do you do with a broken sailor? What do you do with a broken sailor? What do you do with a broken sailor? Lie in the morning, way, hey, lie in the morning. There is no escaping of the devilish pit, working on a slaver. If you talk revolution, then your tongue gets split, working on a slaver. You can't speak truth and you don't dare lie. If you make them kill you, they're braver than I, cause they think hellish ways for a man to die when you're working on a slaver. Singing yo-ho, crack your back in two as you pull the oar of the galley, and yo-ho, crack your back in two as you roll your soul away. Hey, crack your back in two as you pull the oar of the galley, and yo-ho, crack your back in two as you roll your soul away. Anybody get the name of that ship that just ran over me? Radio. I think I get time for one more. Well, actually two, because I promised. I had a request, and I'll do one last one to kind of maybe put you in a little bit better mood. I know I'm kind of dark this week. There's a reason, but I can't talk about it. But this song, this one's terrified me all week. The original version of this is recorded on the Ever After album of Heather Alexander's. It was only performed once, and that was at her final concert. And she was terrified then when she did it, because in that time when Heather knew she was going to the land of Fae, never to be seen again, she thought, well, if I'm going there, this is my last album. I will not ever sing again. So she was looking through all the archives to find songs that she wanted to sing and make sure she'd done everything she wanted to do before she left. And at the very bottom of her pile of old things that she wrote and decided, nah, this isn't worth it, or that's only a half-written piece, or I'm not done with that, whatever, she found this song. And it was written in its entirety. And the moment she looked at it and read it, she realized immediately what the melody was. It had never left her in her mind. And she'd completely forgotten she wrote the song. And it was about 20 years ago that she'd written it. Well, sometimes we are truer to ourselves than we know. And when I looked at this song upon emerging from the land of Fae myself, and I looked at this song and I went, oh, I'm going to need to rewrite this. And apparently, I did rewrite it some 15 years ago and completely forgot that I'd done it. And when I was looking for music to play for tonight, I was looking through my collection and I thought, maybe I should at least look at that song and rewrite it. And then I pulled it up and looked at it and realized I'd already done that. And completely forgotten. It's very easy when there's a truth about yourself that you look at for just a brief moment, and it is so overpowering that your mind just immediately forgets it, like it never happened. Because if you were to remember it and hold on to it, it would change your life forever. And there's a lot of people that are afraid of doing that. And if I can do nothing else in this world but inspire people that that's not the case, you can always change. You can always find your truth and become it, no matter how long it's been. 20 years, 15 years, 75 years. It's never too late, never, to change. All you have to do is remember what you really, truly want and who you truly are. And then just take those steps. And they are scary. They are very scary, a lot of them. But that's kind of what this song is about, and hopefully for those of you that are out there that may be keeping a secret away from yourself, you have my huge and undying compassion. And hopefully maybe this will give you a little push to look at that little dark corner again. Take a candle with you. And don't be afraid. You can't be afraid of yourself. It's you. That's who you are. You've never been anything else. So being afraid of it doesn't make a lot of sense. So, I mean, it's easy for me to say that now. It wasn't so easy. It wasn't so easy 15 years ago. I am a monster in the night. I am a shadow on the stair. In the mirror's morning light, it's my face, not yours there. Whispering darkly in your head, turning dreamland round and round. I'll raise you far up off the bed, watch you plummet to the ground. I'll scream for what I need. I will not leave you alone. I'm not a different breed. I am a making of your own. Hear me cry, feel me rattle in my cage. If you don't feed me, I will die, a hungry child that will not age. I hold you tightly in my hand, wrap you around my finger. I am the leader of the band, you are just my singer. I'll scream for what I need, I'll never leave you alone. I'm not a different breed, I am a making of your own. Try to break this bond of steel, but we never seem to part. Wonder which of us is real, which is fabric from the start. When you finally push me down, seems I stay there far too long. I feel your spirit start to drown, 'cause there's something very wrong. I've made a slave of you, but it's your foot that is free. You're always wanting something new, and you'll take it all from me. I think I've understood the truth, though the thought of it is strange. Choice was made back in our youth, 'cause we felt we couldn't change. I'll tell you what I need, I'll never leave you alone. I beg you to concede, for you're the flesh and I the bone. I'll give you what you need to overcome the fear that's grown. Just follow where I lead, for you're a making of my own. A making of my own. There. I did it. I said it. Thank you for being here for that one. That's a first. No one's ever heard that version before, so now you have. Now, just to lighten things up a little bit and send you on your way into what I think is going to be hopefully a beautiful weekend for everyone. We've got some sunshine coming in. And we even had the coolest lightning thunderstorm yesterday. It was great. Dogs weren't so happy about it. They kind of looked kind of worried a little, but then they didn't mind so much when the sun came out and everything was all sparkling and wet and shiny. They liked that. But, yeah, speaking of that summer rain, I had a couple requests for this song. It has absolutely nothing to do with illusion, unless, of course, you're thinking that, watching happening frogs and their friends playing around and having fun is something, demented and you must be crazy. I see it all the time. Happening frog in the summer rain, munched on flies and he can't complain. Calling Mr. Raccoon, are you still there? Yoo-hoo! And he's answered back by the tortoise and hare. Hey, how you doing? Singing, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on a summer's day. As long as we keep 6 feet apart. Happening frog and he's singing a song. La la, wash your hands, making up words as he hops along. Just like I do. Finally sees Mr. Red Raccoon. Oh, hi. And together they make up a dandy tune. Feelings, singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Happening frog and he's hitching a ride, showing a little frog leg. Gets picked up by the ocean tide. Nice tattoo, sailor. The waves they throw them out to sea. But he can swim better than you or me. Cowabunga hanging, hey, woo! Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Surf's up, woo! Happening frog caught by a bird. Oh no! Screaming so loud Mr. Raccoon heard. Help me! Mr. Raccoon comes then to settle the score. Hey, put him back, cause that's what the froggy's friends are for. No, don't drop me, wahoo! Singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Whew! Keep 6 feet away from now on. Happening frog singing in the rain. La la la. Mr. Raccoon's got a new refrain. La la la. Together they're joined by the tortoise and hare. And there never was a summer night so fair. Singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. I think I'm done for the day. Thank you guys for coming. We kind of do these Twitches based on Sansy's work schedule because I need her to help me. I don't need her. I could try to do it by myself, but it's so much nicer and the view is so much prettier when she does it with me. So we wait on her days off from work. She works at a grocery, so she's one of those, yeah, she's one of those special employees that has to go out and risk their life in all of this on a daily basis. So yeah, wear your masks because her kind really, really appreciate it because they don't have any choice. They got to go to work. They got to put their faces out there. So it's much more kinder and more respectful to wear your mask to show your support for them working out there and risking all this nonsense. But yeah, so hopefully we'll just continue doing these on Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific. I'll let you guys know if it changes, and I try to put it up somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday on my Facebook, letting you know when it's going to be. Eventually I'm going to get off my duff and actually start posting it on my webpage, which, by the way, if you don't know what, you can Google alexanderjamesadams.com, find me there. Fairy Tale Minstrel, also, but just in case you can't spell that, Alexander James Adams does it. And yeah, like I said, get on my Patreon, tip me at my Paypot. My Paypot? Alec, you need to go to bed soon. Get off these drugs. PayPal.me/Alexander James Adams. That's how you give me money. Ow.
Thank the birdies. Look.
Where's the birdies? Oh, there's birdies. Oh, wow, they're coming right over here. They're redbreast, robin redbreasts, and I believe they're getting kind of excited. It must be that kind of time of year for them. Woohoo!
Thank you, birdies.
Yeah, you have fun there, guys.
They were on cue.
They were on cue, of course.
The whole time.
Alrighty. Well, like I said, thank you guys for coming, and for anybody that might have missed it, I'll see you on my YouTube page. And yeah, like I said, be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. And wear your masks. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.